Artificial intelligence is getting so good that it is scary. But to lighten the mood, I decided to start a new series on our channel where I feed it pieces of media from shows, movies, television, in order for it to generate chaos, basically. So, since this is episode 1, I'm going to start off with one of my personal favorite shows, Stranger Things. I'll be taking requests for the next episodes in comments down below. Let's get to it. I'm using Talk to Transformer to feed it some text, and then an AI will generate the rest of it. You only get like 10,000 free characters a week, so you have to be pretty conservative. Okay, here's the Stranger Things plot synopsis. Now let's see what it creates. From season 2 onwards, the Upside Down is explored more closely and discovered to contain the Mind Flayer. Season 1 introduces protagonist, middle school student and skateboarding problem solver Mike Wheeler. His older sister, the intelligent 11. I'm sorry, what? His older sister. What? His older sister, 11. Okay, who communicates telepathically with the monster in the Upside Down. Her friend and classmate Lucas Sinclair, their friend Dustin Henderson, a ball brawler and skateboarder, and their friend Will Byers, who disappears after a strange experience in the Upside Down. That's actually pretty accurate. The Will part, not everything else. Their friend's mother, Joyce Byers, is a scientist researching an experimental treatment for her son, and his colleague, her adopted brother, Chief of Police Jim Harper, are the main antagonists of the first season. Will is later revealed to be possessed by a Demogorgon. What? As disappearance leads to the destruction of their house and confinement of children to the small town of Hawkins. As Hopper searches for Will's disappearance. He searches for Will's disappearance. Oh my gosh. That's just a little snippet of what we're going to be doing today. Now, let's feed it the entirety of the Eddie Munson wiki page, who is arguably one of the most iconic characters in the show. Okay, I fed a brief synopsis of the Eddie Munson wiki page, so let's see what it generates. The sole child of a wealthy family, Josh was the student body president of Hawkins Middle School. Who's Josh? Josh's quiet personality and charisma allowed him to manipulate the other students to do his bidding, effectively becoming the leader of the Sockers, a punk rock band made up of many of the school's lower class students, including Lucas Sinclair and Mike Wheeler. What? Despite Josh's manipulation, he was a good friend of Dustin Henderson and a loving son to his father, Dr. Daniel Elliott. What? What is this? I already love it so much. Okay, Josh, who found common cause with Dustin over their hatred of their stepmother, Barb. What? Barb? No, Barb. Was initially portrayed as being good friend to Barb's daughter, Nancy. Okay, I am made of questions right now. If Barb is Nancy's mother, how are they the same age? Roll me that, Batman. Fortunately, Josh's relationship with Nancy eventually became strained after he put her in danger by convincing her to return to Hawkins Middle School while the boys were on a mission to find Barb. At one point, what powers? Nancy used her powers to push him into a pool. What? Okay, let's feed it something different now. I fed it the last paragraph of what happened in Stranger Things Season 4 when the Upside Down starts to take over the real world. So in theory, this should tell us what happens in Season 5. So let's go. Back in the lab, Elle's finishing up with her science experiment and sending a video feed to Hawkins' lab until she hears a screeching sound coming from the bathroom. Pretty normal so far compared to previous AI generations. She proceeds to go see what the noise is and is shocked to see a slimy monster about the size of Mike with small dots for eyes and sharp claws and teeth just about to get into the shower. She immediately calls for Steve, who calls out the noise as well. Eventually, they all see it, and Elle gets the heck out of the lab as it begins to attack. She runs to the barn and gets help from Hopper, who has followed her. Hopper appears to be distraught that Elle ran out like that before remembering that he is not the captain of the football team anymore. What football team? Meanwhile, the creature begins to walk toward them. Okay. Apparently Hopper was in like the NFL back in the day or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna generate one more part of this and then we'll see what other crazy stuff we can generate. Will is hanging by the shore, rocking to himself when he gets called from Mike. He tells Will that creature has bit him, but that it was just a tick, not like the ones they usually see. Okay, wait, I'm gonna do this one more time. He tells Will that he will be alright and that he's going to call Elle. The episode ends as the creature approaches the barn. What? Will goes from the shore to a barn. Okay. The creature approaches the barn to attack Will, only to be stopped by Mike, who takes him by the hand and shows him that he has bitten off a piece of his finger. What? The creature then looks down at his finger as Will stares at him shaken. The next morning, Elle is shocked to see a policeman outside, and assistant director is extremely suspicious of her presence. However, Elle says that she's a researcher. Oh yeah, that's convincing. And that she needs to speak to Jonathan. Meanwhile, Steve, Dustin, and Wayne. Who is Wayne? Who is Wayne? I don't even know. Are still being treated at the hospital. Oh, what happened to Wayne? I want to know what happened to Wayne. But we only have 6,000 some characters left, so you know, let's generate one more time because I need to find out why they're in the hospital. Dustin and Wayne were abducted by Hopper and Mike to the swamp, where they found the barefoot Dustin waiting for Wayne with a hole in his stomach, and Wayne covered in blood. Okay. Who is Wayne? I don't know, like Bruce Wayne, Batman? Is Batman in Stranger Things now? So many questions. So little answers. I'm literally crying. There are tears coming out of my eyes, dude. Oh my gosh. This is gonna kill me if I keep reading it, so let's keep reading it. Okay, let's generate some more. Dustin, being a cop, is a huge fan of vampire-themed comics and films. I was so excited about a vampire movie that he made his friend dress up as a vampire. Wayne is seen bound and gagged in the backseat of a car. Okay, I fed a part of the Bob Newby, the absolute superhero Bob Newby wiki page. So let's see what happens to him after his death. In 1995, when Will was about to turn 18, he came to Hawkins again, seemingly cured of his condition, commonly to have survived and is hiding on a remote location somewhere within the United States. Pretty normal. He also revealed that the monsters Will had seen were actual living species, and he too had been having dreams of them since age 11. Shortly after Bob's death, after Will arrived, he and Mike led the rest of the group to a nearby farm where the group discovered Will's new family and was attacked by creatures. Will's new family, what? The group broke through a barrier they discovered, and Mike was able to kill one of the creatures using a small obsidian arrowhead. It wasn't until they exited the barrier that they realized that the family with whom they had just crossed paths were the actual monsters that Bob had encountered. What's this? Trivia, the tunnel in the snowman. The final episode of season 1, The Blood Flows. The Hawkins lab sent out a distress call to Will that was received by the stranger. Who's the stranger? Who is the stranger? In which Will stated he would only be able to help them if they let him go and had a car. Edit, Iceman. One of the series' most well-known enemies is none other than the Iceman. Who is the Iceman? A being made of water, ice, and icicles, to which Dr. Brenner references as Iceman. His med counts, or more simply, the blob. Oh my gosh. What? Oh my gosh. I can already tell you this series is gonna be on our channel for a long time because this is just hilarious. Let's read something new now. Okay, I fed it the last part of Levin's Wikipedia page, which ends with the end of Season 4 of Stranger Things, so let's see what happens in Season 5. Again. In Stranger Things 2, Eleven was briefly revived as an entirely new being that was part of the Upside Down. Trying to locate Hawkins' lab in the interdimensional portal to the Upside Down, she eventually came into possession of the Demogorgon eggs, in which she and the Demogorgon What? What the heck? I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, we're gonna proceed to read with caution. And when she and the Demogorgon developed a... I can't bring myself to say that. After killing the Demogorgon... Oh! She developed a romantic relationship with them and then killed them, okay. After killing the Demogorgon and reuniting with the Eggos with 11. Reuniting the Eggos with 11, she once again returned to her original form. So once she got reunited with Eggos, she was human again. 11 would soon be kidnapped by Hopper, who assumed that she was 11 again in order to prevent his claim to the Hawkins citizens. Hopper forced 11 to relive her trauma, effectively killing her. In the season finale, 11 I thought she already was restored to her human form. Okay, well, she was restored again to her original human form, while Hopper discovered her knowledge of the Upside Down as a whole. The final shot of the season shows 11 lying motionless in Hopper's arms. 11's abilities were not well developed in the first season. A lack of Demogorgon victims created a scenario where the interdimensional portals were not being damaged. Instead, 11 was able to manipulate the Upside Down's other inhabitants with her telekinesis, overcome the lack of access. Okay, I fed the AI part of the Steve Harrington wiki page. Steve is just the GOAT. He is just so hilarious. And let's see what happens to him after season 4. In 1888, Steve visited Joyce Byers to join Dustin, Lucas, and Max for a party. But Max is, broken. Okay. But left early to stay with his father, Ned. Ned from Spider-Man, who was a jack-in-the-box. What? Parking lot. Upon his arrival, he was annoyed. That then forced him to listen to Chunky Brewster's Great Big Song. As Ned was the chain's manager, Ned didn't want to buy lunch for his friends because it was a company event. After Ned was fired, he and Steve got in a fight, and Steve left for another party. Steve was seen visiting a guest at the party, Nancy Wheeler. Steve briefly became friends with Max, with them hanging out and going to the arcade, but it didn't last as they had a mutual dislike for each other. Later, Steve made a snack. Wow, that's the greatest line. Later, Steve made a snack, and Steve was injured by several fighting doorknob creatures and left for the hospital. What is a doorknob creature? Okay, just generate. Okay, so we can generate again and see if it yields different results. What? No. Come on. No. Well, I'm sad to say that this is the end of the video. This has been a journey, to say the least. We learned that 11 was in a romantic relationship with a Demogorgon, and that there are doorknob monsters apparently, so watch out for them, because any doorknob can be deadly now. Now we know that. Now we know stuff. So, leave requests in the comments for what movie, franchise, television series, or whatever you want us to do next for AI-generated videos, and we will do it. So, this is Lobster, wishing you all a very good day, and farewell.